we go on to do that, let me read this one. Opoluwa Semasa is reading some politics into Ayato's visit to Babatunde Raji Fashola. He says it signifies that it is Mikel's award. I don't think so. No. I don't think so. When we
hosted the Under-17 World Cup in 2009, FIFA president visited the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. So
it's just courtesy.
It's just courtesy.
Courtesy visit. It's nothing political at all. It's nothing political. So don't read us. If Mikel wins, don't think it was because they visited Fashola. No. Mikel probably would have won because he deserved to win. And Fashola really hit the nail on the head in terms of CAF marketing of the various leagues. I wish we can model Europe or South America at least. That's what it says. It's our peculiarity. We should work on our peculiarity. Africa is different, but we can still make our league as exciting. South African league is exciting to watch. Look, the Egyptian league is everything. Even the Ghanaian league, you know,
for what the governor said, the passion for football is there. There is crushing unemployment in the land,
and football can solve this problem.
If you marry everything together, you have solved a tremendous, huge problem in Africa.
All right, I think it's time for us to go on a quick break now. When we return from the break, we'll break down the Glow CAF Awards for 2013, category by category. We'll do our own Glow CAF Awards tonight. Let's know what you feel about it as well. Join us on Twitter, and we'll read your comments as we go along. So let's go on a quick break, and then we'll come back for more.
If you want to know what's trending or you miss your favorite live shows, you can watch it all on our YouTube channel. Simply log on to www.youtube.com/channelsweb. Scroll down to your favorite program and click play. You can also view all uploaded videos by clicking on View All. Don't forget to subscribe and get the latest videos. If they are interesting, like them and be heard. Get connected with the channel's television YouTube page. The news at your fingertips.
All right, thank you for staying with us. It's time for us to move on. But before I go on to take a look at the Glow CAF Awards for 2013, let me read this interesting tweet. It's coming from former Super Eagles player, Nations Cup winner in 1994. I'm talking about Edema Fuludu. Remember, Edema Fuludu was on this show a couple of months ago. And Edema Fuludu is saying, excellent speech from Babatunde Raji Fashola. The key word is developmental football and employment generation. As Tunde said, those are very, very key issues around African football. There's massive unemployment on one side. There's a game that brings plenty of passion that is still growing and can be opened up to provide employment. So marry the two together, and then we'll see growth in every area on the African continent. Some people have also reserved some comments for FIFA. Is FIFA for Europeans alone? That is coming from Olusunkanmi Ashiyabi. I hope I didn't kill your name. It says, so FIFA shouldn't move the Qatar 22 World Cup to January because our guys will have to learn how to play at the winter. Winter in Qatar is just normal.
It's normal. It's normal weather here.
The winter in Qatar is just normal weather. All right. That's what I think.
Yeah,
it's just normal weather.
The way it is.
But so if they move it, it's just...
But the problem is, if they do move it to
January, it disrupts all the programs of other confederations.
Even if they do move it to December, are you saying that the 5 countries that participate at the World Cup will now rush back and start and do
and come and play Nations Cup?
Into the Nations Cup?
Or we move the Nations Cup a little down.
Which a lot of European leagues will not agree.
Yeah, that would disrupt the European leagues. So there's a lot to go into it, really. So let's wait for FIFA to meet in December and then come up with the timing. Gentlemen, let's spend the rest of the time for a preview of what will be happening tomorrow, the 2013 Glow CAF Awards. And I think we should just start with the most important one, the Player of the Year category. Easily the biggest one. That's what everybody's expecting to see for the 2013 Glow CAF Awards that will be taking place in Lagos. Once again, we need to re-emphasize, venue has nothing to do who eventually wins. And the story really coming out is encouraging. We're told that Didier Drogba is flying in from Turkey. Yaya Toure is flying in on a private jet from England. Yeah, Mikel is also flying in from a private jet.
Yeah,
he's in already. All right, so everything is looking set, and we're just waiting to see that we really need to make these football awards 90 minutes at the most. That's where the challenge always is with African football. It takes a very long time, but we're expecting to see an event to time tomorrow, Tunde.
Well, as long as they have professional managers who are going to ensure that everything is kept at
90 minutes. 90 minutes.
90 minutes is 90 minutes. We saw the FIFA World Cup draws. We have exactly for 90 minutes, and it ran according to schedule. So there is nothing that says that we cannot do the same thing here. But it's going to be difficult packing in all these awards and the entertainment that they have planned, and obviously the speeches that will come along into 90 minutes.
All right, so that's the first one, gentlemen. I know Tunde's position already. He feels that Yaya deserves to win this one. But we have Mikel, we have Yaya, we have Didier Drogba. Oh, yeah, it's your opinion that I need now.
Well, Tony, I told you last week that we have 2 contenders and 1 pretender.
And the pretender is Didier Drogba.
Didier Drogba.
It's like everybody agrees that Drogba is the pretender this time.
Yeah, he's obviously out of it. You know, John Mikel Obi and Yaya Toure. John Mikel Obi, Nations Cup winner, went to Confederations Cup. You know, has been consistent for the Super Eagles. In fact, he's been pivotal. Yaya Toure didn't do so well at the Nations Cup with Cote d'Ivoire. Not his fault, really. You know, but very instrumental for Man City. Each game he plays, you know, he brings quality. He played so well that he carries the team. So we are torn between a player that has done well for the national team and a player that is doing well for his club in England. You know, so it's so close. But
too close to call for you?
Too close to call. But I think I want Mikel to win because Tony.
Sentimental reasons like
yes, because. Victor Moses, I felt that it will be another African Footballer of the Year in the next couple of years. I mean, he's no longer playing for Liverpool. So I want Mikel to win it because it might take a long time before the Nigerian player will come so close.
But this is a World Cup year. Excellent performance at the World Cup could throw up a whole lot of opportunities for some Africans to bid and win in 2014. Anyway, you're sitting on the fence that you feel that this one is too close to call.
Absolutely.
No, he said Mikel.
He wants Mikel to win. He wants Mikel to win.
Provided the variables.
But if it will be too
a damn good player.
It will be too close to call. I think it will be very close, too close to call, really. I also want Mikel to win for obvious reasons. But I believe that this one, if there's any award that is too close to call, it's this one for the Player of the Year award. All right, let's look at this one. Player of the Year based in Africa. Maybe also close to call, not too close to call. Close to call. Ahmed Fati, I think for me, is the outsider. Abutrika has resigned from the game, but they resigned on a high, leading El Ahly to the CAF Champions League. But Sandemba, from nowhere, became the hero for Nigeria at the Nations Cup against Cote d'Ivoire and in the final match. And it's going to be really, really down to Abutrika Sandemba. Tunde.
Well, I think Mohamed Abutrika is, everyone knows who he is, a legend of African football. He came close winning this award, was it 2000 and
he won this particular category.
Yeah, but he came to win
the main
category. Yeah, he came.
That was the year Adebayo won it.
Yeah, exactly. But in this particular one, I think Ahmed Fati too has been exceptional for Al Ahly and Egypt as well. Abutrika too has also been absolutely brilliant. Remember, this was an Egyptian team that did not lose in the World Cup qualifiers until they came up against Ghana. They had 100% record.
Those are the same. And it was a scandalous loss.
Something, but apart from those brilliant performances,
they don't really play club football anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how many of our players on the domestic scene, how they pick and choose the matches they want to appear in. So
okay, let's look at this one.
Might win it for me.
Abutrika for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at this one. National Team of the Year. If there is any category where you could close your eyes and pick the winner, I think it should be this one. Yeah. The National Team of the Year. The nominees: Nigeria, Ethiopia, Burkina Faso. For a number of reasons. Nations Cup winner, African champions going to the World Cup. Ethiopia didn't win the Nations Cup and they are not going to the World Cup.
But they moved tremendously up the FIFA ladder.
We are not looking at FIFA most improved team in the ranking. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the National Team of the Year. It's surely
undoubtedly Nigeria.
Undoubtedly. This is Nigeria's award.
It would be a tremendous shock if Nigeria doesn't win this one.
I mean, Burkina Faso got to the final, but they couldn't qualify for the World Cup.
So I think this one is
try next time.
Clear enough.
Better luck next time. All right. So that's it for.
That's one award in the bag for Nigeria.
I think so. Clearly, that is if we've not won 2 before now. All right. So that's for the National Team of the Year. Looks like something that the National Team of Nigeria should be clinching. Club of the Year. Al Ahly, I was always saying Abutrika. Al Ahly, CX Sfaxien of Tunisia, and Orlando Pirates.
Close.
Out of it.
Close, yeah.
I think Pirates should be out of this one.
Out of it.
Very close between Al Ahly and Sfaxien.
I think it should be Al Ahly. I mean, for a club that did not play domestic football, yet despite all the odds went on to win the CAF Champions League, again for I think the 9th time.